Saturday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, August the 10th, 2024. I'm covering Tris Speaker, one of the greatest players in the history of baseball, and not many people give him the credit. 3,500 career hits, 345 career average, and it's no fluke. He had 10,195 at-bats and maintained a 345 career batting average. This video, the 1909 season, how did he do? Well, it's his third year in the league, 21 years old, plays 143 games. That means he missed 11. 544 at-bats, 73 runs scored, 168 hits in 143 games. That's more than a hit a game. 26 doubles, 13 triples, 7 home runs, 77 RBI, 35 stolen bases, 38 walks. But here's a key stat. 309 batting average for the year. His first 300 batting season. 362 on base, 443 slugging, 241 total bases. A good year for a 21-year-old. 1909. He had 13 game hitting streak during the season. He had 52 multi-hit games, 2 or more hits. 37 2-hit games. 11 3-hit games, 1 4-hit game. 12 games, 2 runs scored. 11 games, 2 RBIs. 4 games, 3 RBIs. And 1 game, 4 RBIs. So, 1909 is a success for Tris Speaker. 21 years old. He's come into his own. 309 average. How about the 52 multi-hit games? See, this is not a veteran. He's just getting his feet wet because the year before, 1908, he only played 31 games. And then in 1907, his rookie season, only 7 games. So he had 38 games under his belt. Comes in, 1909 season, plays almost every day, misses 11 games, 143 games, bats 309. 26 doubles. Now, he's the number 1 guy in career doubles, 792 for his career. I'm going to keep looking at his box score for every year and see which season does he have the most doubles. He's a doubles machine. He really is. His third year in the league, and he gets 26 doubles. How about 13 triples? That means he's hitting the ball into the gap or down the line. Rounds first, gets into second with a double, or if it's hit hard enough and bounces around the corner or gets into the gap, line drive into left center or right center. When he gets to second, he keeps going and makes it to third. 13 triples. And a little slugging, 7 homers. But he's not a home run guy. He only has 117 career homers. So probably some of them are inside the park. So he's not a guy that when he swings, he's going to hit it 350 to 400 feet. But he is a guy that when he hits it hard, it gets into the gap, or it goes down the line, or it goes over the outfielder's head, and he gets into second 792 times for his career. And how about this? 222 times with a triple. You know, if he had stopped at second instead of going to third on some of those triples, he would have had over 800 doubles. But he ends up with 792. All right, that covers the 1909 season for Tris Speaker. And I'm going to prove to you that this guy belongs in the top 15, maybe top 20 greatest players of all time. According to my list, I've covered 4 guys already where I looked at their entire career and I looked at every single box score. I looked at Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Lou Gehrig, and Stan Musial. I have covered them all in all these videos on my channel, YouTube channel. So far on my list, top 10, I have 4 guys already. Babe Ruth's number 1. I can prove it with the accomplishments and the stats and the percentage of what he did in his box scores. Number 2 on my list is Ty Cobb. Over 3,000 games, 366 career average, over 4,100 hits, 4,189. And the batting titles, and the runs scored, and 3-hit games, 4-hit games, 5-hit games. He had a 6-hit game. Number 3 on my list is Lou Gehrig. And I prove it with his 17 career by looking at his box scores that he deserves the number 3 spot. He was an RBI machine. 1,995 career RBIs, 340 career batting average. 17 years. If he had played 20 years, he would have had over 500 homers, maybe 600. He would have had over 2,000 RBIs, maybe 2,200 RBIs if he had played a 20-year career. But he got cut short in that last season. Multiple sclerosis. And then number 4 on my list, so far, subject to change, Stan Musial. 3,630 hits, 331 career batting average, over 1,000 multi-hit games, 2 or more hits. And he had 1,900 RBIs, and he had 1,900 runs scored. Stan Musial, what a hitter. I looked at all his box scores. He's number 4 on my list, but if I find someone else who in the percentage of what they did in the games as far as runs scored, hits, doubles, triples, homers, batting average, total bases, slugging, if they have an edge over Stan Musial, I will find out and I'll put them ahead of Stan. But for now, Stan's number 4 on my list. You may say Henry Aaron, Willie Mays, Ted Williams, Roger Hornsby, Jim Fox, Joe DiMaggio. Yeah, they're pretty good. But I haven't covered all their box scores yet. I will eventually. But right now I'm covering Tris Speaker. Why? That 345 career batting average with over 10,000 at-bats really impresses me. And how about the 3,514 hits? You got to look at this guy. Got to look at his box scores. So far I've got 3 seasons. He's got a 22-year career, 2,789 games. Let's see how he performs. I wonder if he outperforms Stan Musial. He's not going to outperform Gehrig, Cobb, and Ruth. I know that. Because those 3 guys have stats which are just incredible. But Tris Speaker and Stan Musial may be comparable. Maybe. I'm going to look at how many 2-hit games did Stan Musial have, and then how many does Tris Speaker have. Does Tris have more 2-hit games, more 3-hit games, more 4-hit games? He's not going to have as many homers, but he had a higher batting average than Stan Musial. Career, 345 for Tris, 331 for Stan. I think Stan has more runs scored and more RBIs and more total bases. But Tris Speaker has more doubles and I believe more triples. Not more homers. Stan had more homers. So I want to look at these 2 guys, compare them side by side. Does Tris Speaker make my top 10? We'll find out. You may say, what about Ted Williams? I'll get to him. What about Henry Aaron? I'm not covering Aaron and Mays yet. I will. But I'm not covering them. Why? Because Aaron, he does have the stats, but that 305 batting average doesn't compare to Tris Speaker's 345. Of course, different eras. And Willie Mays also 302 career. I'm not covering them. I'm doing the guys with high batting averages, and I want to look at their box scores, see how they perform. That's why I looked at Ruth first, 342 career, but with all those other stats, over 2,000 RBIs, 2,000 runs scored, 714 homers. He had 500 doubles too. Total bases and the slugging. Whew. So I looked at him, and I looked at Ty Cobb, because obviously the 4,189 hits and the 366 career batting average. You got to look at him. I looked at Lou Gehrig. He had a 340 career batting average. 1,995 RBIs. Just fell short of 2,000, and he was in his last season, 1939. But he only got into about 20 games, I believe it was. 13 games, 14, 15, whatever it was. And gave it up. He plays that 1939 season all the way through. He has over 500 homers and over 2,000 career RBIs. And then I looked at Stan Musial because he's got the 331 career batting average. But what impressed me about Stan, 3,630 hits. You got to look at that. And that's more than Tris Speaker. All right, that covers 1909. We're going to get into the 1910 season for Tris. Let's see how many 2-hit, 3-hit, 4-hit games he has. Let's see what he bats for the year. See how many games he plays. See how many doubles he gets. Okay, talk to you later. Next video, 1910. I'm out.